Hello students, welcome to my video. In this video I am going to discuss about domain and range. Okay, so if any relation is given, you can find out domain and range of that relation, or domain and range could be defined for that relation. Okay, so basically the simple way to understand is that in any relation, whatever possible values you get of x is called domain, and all possible values of y is called range. So in any relation, set of all possible values of x is domain, and set of all possible values of y is called range. Okay, so range is basically mapping of domain. So suppose I have some ordered pairs given, like we have ordered pair x and y, and that is suppose 1 2 minus 1 3 and 2 4 and minus 2 9. So something is given. So in this case, if I have to find out all the domain and range, so these values are domain. Okay, so I can write down that domain is 1 minus 1 2 minus 2, and range is all the possible value, all the outcomes, all the possible values of y. So basically 2 3 4 and 9. So these are range. Okay, or range is comprised of all the outcomes. So if you have any set, you have x1 x2 x3 x4, so these are the points, and here you have y1 y2 y3 y4, and they are all mapped like this. Okay, so these all x1 x2 x3 x4, they are all domain, and these values are range. Now in the question, you will have to find out domain and range. So basically there could be two types of question. In which, first case in which graph is given, and from that graph you have to determine what is the domain and range. And the second case is when a function is given, relation between y and x is given, and then you find the range and domain. So first case I will take for graph. So if any graph is given, then how to find domain and range. So again, let's take a few examples, then we will understand better. Okay, so suppose I have this graph given, and I don't know about the uh, relation between y and x. Of course, this is y axis, this is x axis. So I need to check that what is the limitation of this graph. So where this graph will stop, for what value of x and for what value of y. So if let's talk about x. So x value is basically all the vertical lines. Okay, so for every vertical line, this graph is, or you can say that all vertical lines can intersect this graph. So vertical lines basically show a point on x axis. Okay, and all the horizontal lines show points on y axis, right? And what does this arrow represent? That this line is going on, this is not stopping, and this line is also going on, not stopping. So what you can say that all the vertical lines can intersect this graph, and all the horizontal lines can intersect this graph. So it means this graph has all the y values and all the x values. So I will simply say that if I have domain, so domain is x belongs to R, and we have to write in interval notation. So you can say that x such that x belongs to R. So any real number is the domain. Okay, and range is y belongs to R. So y could be anything. So y is R. So for this graph, you can say that range and domain is all the real values of x and y. Okay. Now I'll draw another graph, and this graph is given like this, and this is given -1 and 2, and this is solid. So now if I have to check domain and range of this graph, then what will I do? I'll draw vertical and horizontal lines. So I can say that if I draw vertical lines, so for vertical lines, this is the last vertical line which can intersect this graph. Beyond this, vertical line cannot intersect this graph. So it means what? That this is the limit of this graph. So this will show that what minimum value x can have, and x can have any value beyond this point. Okay. If I talk about y, then horizontal line can intersect till this point. Beyond that horizontal line, this graph does not exist. This arrow does not exist. So you can say that beyond this line, you don't have any value of y. So all the possible y is after this red line. Okay. So I will write domain. Domain is uh, x such that x greater and equal to -1. So y equal to, because here it is full dot. Okay, and range is y such that y is greater, and this point is -2. Okay, so y is greater and equal to -2. Okay, so by drawing vertical and horizontal lines, you can find out the domain and range of a graph. Okay, so I'll take more examples. Okay, so suppose that line is this. Okay, and this point is uh, 2 and -1. Okay, so if I ask you to find out the domain and range of this, so here you can say, if I draw the vertical line, so this is the end. Okay, so value of all possible x is before this dotted line, and value of all possible y is this line. Okay, so what I will say, that domain of this is x such that x is lesser than 2, right? Because x coordinate here is 2, and why not equal? Because this point is not included in the line in this graph. Okay, so this 2 is not included. So range is y such that y is greater than -1. Okay, y is greater than -1. So you need to check the end point of the graph also, that whether that point is included or not. Here this point is included, here it is included, and in this graph this point is excluded. Okay, so the equality sign here depends on the type of point you have, whether point is in end point is included or excluded. Fine. Okay, next I'll take graph like this. Okay, and this graph is going like this. So yes, if I say that vertical lines, so all the vertical lines will intersect this graph. So I can say that domain is x such that x belongs to R. So x could be anything, but for y, this is the end. Okay, so y cannot be negative. So I will write that range is y such that y is greater and equal to 0. Okay, so only you are getting positive y, not negative y. Okay, let's take another graph. You have graph like, sorry, uh, yeah, so okay, so it goes like this and it goes like this. So what will be the domain and range? So domain is x such that x is greater and equal to 0, and range is y such that y belongs to R. So y could be anything. Okay, because all horizontal line can intersect this graph, but these vertical lines will not intersect. So all negative value of x is excluded. So this is equal sign because it is touching the origin. So you can say greater and equal to 0. Okay, uh, let's take a few more graph. Suppose I have, this is x, this is y, and okay, and the graph goes like this and this, and this is a vertical line. Okay, this is a vertical line, and this is the horizontal line. Okay, so if you see that this is the main graph, actually this is the graph of the relation. Okay, so what you can say, that two verticals line are excluded in the, one vertical line is excluded and one horizontal is excluded. And suppose this is y is equal to 2 and this is x is equal to 1. Suppose this vertical line is x is equal to 1 and horizontal line is y is equal to 2. So here one x1 and y2 are excluded. So domain will be x such that x is not equal to 1, and range is y such that y is not equal to 2. Fine. So whichever vertical or horizontal line do not intersect the graph should be excluded from domain and range. Fine. Let's take one more graph. Suppose the graph is like this. Okay, and this point is the top point is given as, suppose 1 1. Okay, so what I will say, that this graph is defined for all vertical lines. So x belongs to R is its domain. Okay, and range is below this horizontal line. So range is y such that y is less and equal to 1, because y can never be greater than 1. Okay, so I hope if graph is given, then you would be able to get the uh, range and domain. In case of any kind of doubt, you can write in the comment section, and I will surely follow it up and will help you out. So this is the first case where graph is given and then find out range and domain. The next case is when function itself is given. Okay, some function, that is the relation between y and x, is given, and then you have to find out domain and range. Okay, so let's take a few very uh, conventional functions and relation. Suppose you have y is equal to under root fx, then the condition, if you have a square root, then condition is fx should be greater and equal to 0. So whatever is inside square root should be greater and equal to 0. Okay, if you have 1 by fx, okay, so if you have fx in any function of x in denominator, then fx should not be equal to 0. Okay, 1 by 0 is undefined, so its fx should not be equal to 0. Suppose you have 1 by square root of fx. Okay, so now you have to follow two conditions here, that you have fx in denominator and you have square root of fx as well. So you can say that fx should not be equal to 0, and because square root of 0 is 0, and then fx, okay, should be greater than and equal to 0 because you have square root of fx, the first one. So you need to combine both these two constraint, so you will get ultimately that fx should be greater than 0. So these are the basic things you need to know, that if you see any kind of this relation, then you need to check whether it is defined or not. Okay, so let's take a few examples which will help you to understand the concept and solve problems. Suppose I have y is equal to x. Okay, then here you don't have any restrictions, so x belongs to R, that will be the domain. So domain is x such that x belongs to R, and y is also x y such that y belongs to R. So y could also be anything, x could be anything. Now if I have y is root x, okay, so if you have under root x, then x cannot be negative. So the domain of this will be x such that x is greater and equal to 0, and square root of something is positive. So the range will be y such that y is greater and equal to 0. Okay, so this is the thing. Let's take y is equal to 1 by root x. So domain here is x such that x is greater than 0, and what will be the range? So in this case range will be always greater than 0 because it cannot be equal to 0, and square root, output of square root is positive. Okay, so y will be greater and equal to 0. Okay, let's take more example. Suppose I have y is equal to 1 by x. So here x could be anything but 0. So domain of this will be x such that x is not equal to 0, and range will also be like range should not be equal to 0 because y will be 0 when x is very large, x tends to infinity. So basically you will say that y will never be 0. Okay, so y such that y is not equal to 0. Okay, let's take more examples. So suppose I have y is equal to 1 by x minus 2. Okay, so x minus 2 should not be equal to 0. Okay, so x should not be equal to 2. So your domain is domain is x such that x is not equal to 2, and y, value of y will again be same as this. Okay, so range will be same as 1 by x. So range is y and y is not equal to 0. Fine, any other value of y is possible. Okay, if I have y is equal to under root x minus 5, so in this case x minus 5 should be greater and equal to 0. So x must be greater and equal to 5. Okay, so I will say that domain is x such that x is greater and equal to 5. Okay, below 5 you will get negative number, which is not possible. So for that, square root is not defined. Range of this, so output of square is positive, so y will be y greater and equal to 0. Okay, let's take a few more examples. So suppose you have y is equal to under root x square minus 4. Okay, so here x square minus 4 should not be equal to 0 and greater and equal to 0. So x square should be greater and equal to 4. Okay, or let's do in this way, that this is a square minus b square, so you can write it as x plus 2 and x minus 2 should be greater than equal to 0. So this thing will be greater and equal to 0 if first x is greater and equal to 2. So you can check, put the values and then you find out. Let's see, if I put x is equal to 1 in this, then x plus 2 is 3 and x minus 2 is minus 1, so it is minus 3, right? So x is equal to 1, when you put x is equal to 1, then this x plus 2 into x minus 2 is minus 3, and we cannot put minus 3 here. Okay, so this term will be positive when x is greater and equal to 2 or x is less and equal to minus 2. Okay, so when x is equal to x is greater than 2, then these two terms are positive, and when x is less than minus 2, then both terms are negative, so the product will be greater than 0. Okay, so your thing is that x should not be between minus 2 to 2. That will be the domain of this. So if I have to define the domain, then domain is x such that x does not belong to minus 2 to 2, and this will be open bracket. Okay, or x belong to minus infinity to 2 close bracket union 2 to infinity. You can say like this also. So anything will be fine, that it should not be between minus 2 to 2, or it should be 2 to infinity or minus 2 to minus infinity. Okay, next example, if y is equal to x plus 2 upon x minus 4. Okay, so see, in these kind of cases, when you have some function in numerator and sum in denominator, so don't worry about numerator. So numerator could be anything. Okay, so if there is some square root or something, then you have to consider, otherwise there is no problem. Okay, so this is defined for all values of x, but here x minus 4 should not be equal to 0, so x should not be equal to 4. So the domain of this will be x such that x is not equal to 4. Okay, so in this case I think I forgot to find the range. So range in this case will be any positive value. So range is y such that y uh, is greater and equal to 0. Okay, in this case a range could be anything. So range could be anything uh, but 0. So y such that y is not equal to 0. So you will not get 0. Oh no, actually y could be anything, because y could be 0 if x is minus 2. So y belongs to r here. So value of y could be anything in this case. Fine. These are some basic definition, basic examples for finding domain and range. I hope you understood this, and in case of any doubt, you can comment on the comment section. And thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that it will be helpful for you guys. Okay, thank you so much.